In this video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 weapons you should be using in the beta, but not only just the weapons, but the setups that I found are working the best in this current build. Before we get into any of that, if you wouldn't mind dropping an early like, I very much appreciate that. If you guys find any value throughout the video, and only if you find value in the video, please consider subscribing, because we're on the road to 300,000 and it would really mean a lot. Also, if you guys have any other weapon builds that I should feature in a future video, let me know in the comment section down below. Getting into the top 5 weapons, the 5th best weapon in the beta is actually going to be a secondary. This is something a lot of people don't know that you can actually equip and or use, and it's a full auto pistol. So there are 2 variations of this. There's one that has no attachments on it that you're not able to gunsmith, unfortunately, although it is still full auto. There is a blueprint that you can unlock by just reaching level 15 in the beta, and it has a holographic sight and a few other attachments, although I found the default version that has no attachments on it seems to work the best. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the MP5. This is a fan favorite across pretty much every Call of Duty ever made, reaching all the way back to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. The MP5 in the beta is definitely one of the better weapons to be using, and you can unlock this through the progression tree. This is something a lot of people don't understand and don't know how to actually unlock. So here we are in create a class. So when you guys go into create a class, if the MP5 is locked, all you have to do is go over and go to the Lockman 762, equip that to your class, and then go ahead and level it up. At the top, you guys see where it says progression. If you go over to that, it will show you the progression of what you're going to unlock. So starting off with the Lockman 762, when you level this up, you will eventually unlock a receiver, not only to make the LMS, but you'll also be able to unlock the receiver for the Lockman 556. Then when you unlock that receiver, you have to apply the Lockman 556 to a class, go ahead and level that up. And as you level that up, you'll eventually receive the receiver for the Lockman sub. This is something that's caused people a lot of confusion, so I hope that clears it up. Anyway, getting into the best class setup here for the MP5. Now, this is what I found works for me. Obviously, make adjustments where you want. For me, I had trouble with the MP5 sprint to fire time and specifically the ADS speed, so I tried to keep as many attachments off of it as possible. So getting into my best setup, I have the F-TAC M/12 barrel. This helps with the bullet velocity, damage range, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control. Obviously, this does hurt the ADS and the movement speed, but a lot of the weapons in this game, you're going to need that extra range because a lot of them have very little recoil. So this gives the MP5 an edge. Moving on to the underbarrel, I'm using the FSS shark fin. This just increases the aim stability while not hurting anything else. So then moving on to the 40 round mag. For the most part, if you're going on kill streaks, you're trying to frag out, you're going to need a couple extra rounds in the magazine, so highly recommend running the 40. And then this is one of that is very important. It's going to be the Lockman TCG 10 grip. This is a rear grip that helps with recoil control, but this grip is actually unlocked by leveling up the Lockman 762. Since this is a Lockman weapon, some attachments overlap between 2 weapons, so unlocking it on the Lockman 762 is actually going to allow you to put it on your Lockman sub. I actually had to go back and unlock this on my Lockman 762, and it made a world of difference. And then the last attachment is going to be that no stock, just so that way you can get that movement speed and feel as cracked out as possible. Sliding in at the number 3 spot for the best weapon in the beta is going to be the M4. This is one of your starting weapons, something that almost everybody has unlocked and leveled up. As you can see here, we're going to be using the Tempest High Tower 20-inch barrel. This is going to add bullet velocity, damage range, hip fire accuracy, and that recoil control. Overall, this is going to make the weapon more of an AR style weapon. You have a little bit more distance, a little bit more control. Going on to the Forge Tac Castle Compensator, obviously that vertical and horizontal recoil, because the visual recoil is a bit jarring in this game. This is definitely needed and helpful. Then you have the Lock Grip Precision 40, obviously gun kick control. We were just talking about that visual recoil. This will help with that immensely. I have the 45 round mag on because for me, when I'm playing respawn, 30 rounds just is not enough. And then for the stock, I'm rocking the Tempest P80 strike stock. Obviously sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, but the thing that we really are looking for is the aim down sight speed. This stock has the best balance between aim down sight speed and the reduced recoil control. So this one is kind of that middle of the line. It's not going to be the snappiest, but it's not going to be the bounciest. It's kind of exactly where you want to be. Coming in at number 2, this might come as a shock because a lot of people probably thought this was going to be number 1, and that is going to be the Scar. This thing is disgusting. I'm pretty sure the mobility is bugged because it's faster than the MP5, has a better ADS time, and all of the stats are pretty much better. This thing shoots literal nukes. I'm not even trolling. Anyway, there's not really much to say about the build for this. Obviously, you're going to unlock the Scar at level 30 in the beta, and when you get level 30, you'll also unlock a Scar variant. This has a few attachments. As you can see, it has a red dot, kind of a commando style foregrip. I'd assume that there is a magazine, and then maybe a barrel, just because there are 4 attachments on this. 2 of them are obvious. The rest we're not really sure. However, this thing is definitely the best assault rifle available in the beta. Now that we know the top 4, go ahead and leave in the comment section down below what you guys are thinking the best weapon is going to be. And if you've enjoyed the content up to this point, consider subscribing to the channel. All right, the best weapon in the beta, in my opinion, is going to be the FSS Hurricane. This thing is disgusting. The way that you're going to be able to gain access to this is going to be by leveling up your M4. A lot of people probably already have the receiver unlocked. However, as you can see, it's a part of the M4 weapon tree. So you have the M4 all the way on the left, and then you'll unlock the FTAC Recon. When you level the FTAC Recon up, then you'll unlock the FSS Hurricane. I would like to say the FTAC Recon is very good. And a pro tip for you guys, if you guys are using this, you can hit the weapon select fire and you'll actually be able to toggle it to full auto. The reason I think the FSS Hurricane is the best is because it is technically an SMG, so you still have extreme mobility while still having incredibly good sprint to fire time, super snappy ADS, and the range is incredible. The iron sights are super clean, and it really is kind of that do-it-all weapon. I could really see this being a meta contender going into Warzone 2. Obviously, we don't know what other weapons are going to be available, but as of right now, if I was playing Warzone 2, I would definitely be rocking a sniper and then the FSS Hurricane because it is kind of that do-it-all weapon. This is the build I've been rocking. I've played around with it a lot, but for the most part, since the ADS, sprint to fire, and everything is already really good, you really just want to build it out for that recoil control. So going into the barrel, we have the SSS Cannonade 16-inch barrel. This is going to be the damage range, hip fire, and the bullet velocity. This is not the one with the built-in suppressor, so it's going to be a little bit noisy, but it's not a big deal because red dots do not show up on the mini-map. Then moving down, we have the lock grip precision 40, obviously hip fire, gun kick control, and aim walking steadiness. Then moving on to the rear grip, again on the theme of recoil control, we have the Socken ZX grip. This is obviously going to help with recoil control. And then moving on to the stock, we have the Demo Fade Pro stock, which is again recoil control. And again, all of these being recoil control attachments, you would assume that it'd be really slow and sluggish. I promise you it's anything but that. And then just to top it off, I have on the 4 milliwatt laser box. For me, the animations of throwing stuns and nades is really long in this game, so I get caught a lot with hip fire. So having kind of a hip fire laser is definitely helpful, and it's definitely bailed me out of a lot of crazy situations. Anyway, that's going to do it for the top 5 weapons. Let me know in the comment section down below what your top 5 weapons are. And again, if you guys have any secret builds or any weapons I should be keeping my eyes out for, let me know down below. If you guys found any value in this video, consider subscribing to the channel. We're on the road to 300,000. Anyway, without further ado, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.